Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I know a few people had said previously that I should start doing commentary on videos. It's something that I attempted before but didn't really get much traction with, so I thought this video would be as good a time as any to start trying to get back into that, and maybe do some more edited and voice-overed videos rather than just random short clips. I want to start off by saying thank you for your support. I think it's incredible that we've hit 1600 subscribers, and I never even thought that I'd reach 1000 a few months back. I'm hoping we can keep going on with that trend and maybe hit 2000 subs by the end of the year, and I'll hopefully do a celebration video if we get to that amount. So today's video is something a bit different. I got contacted by a indie developer and asked to do a quick showcase video of their new game that they're bringing out in a couple of days. It's a game called Beach Invasion 1944. It's a World War II first-person defense game where you man different weapons to defend the beach against the Allied advance. You use a wide variety of different authentic World War II weaponry and call in a number of different support and defensive equipment bonuses. It's a review that I've been asked to do, but I want to make it clear that it's not sponsored in any way. They provided me a key and wanted me to give my honest thoughts on it. There's no restrictions on what I can and can't say, or what I can point out. If you like the video, or find yourself coming back to the channel on the regular, remember to hit the subscribe button, and remember to like the video, and it will help me know what sort of content you'd like to see in future. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so here we are on the main menu. It's got a few different options to choose from, and one thing that I quite like is that it moves to different positions around the bunker as you select the different options. I have played this a little bit to test it out, so there should be some statistics on here, as you can see. It's got quite a few different settings to choose from. You've got loads of different texture and effect options. The only thing that I have noticed is missing from this is a VSync option, so there is a bit of screen tearing that you'll see in the gameplay, but other than that, there's nothing major that I've come across. So, you've also got credits, which, as you can see, you can pause the video if you want to have a look through all of those. So let's go into a new game. June 6th, 1944. So D-Day is one thing that I quite like learning about. I grew up watching Band of Brothers and Saving Private Ryan and things like that, and loved studying World War II in history. You've got two different guns to choose from to start with, which are both MG08s, and if I press this button it flicks over to the other one. I quite like how it swaps between the two. I also like that you've got the German soldiers in the defences that also help shoot the approaching enemies. I will say generally this isn't the sort of game that I'd buy for myself, and there's been quite a few games like it, but overall I think this one does quite a good job. It's got a sniper-y sort of cinematic view for when you kill certain enemies, which is a nice touch. Only thing that I have noticed I think would be an improvement is if there was some sort of hit direction indicator, because at times, especially on the later waves, it can be difficult to see where the enemies are shooting you from. So as you can see, there was quite a cinematic kill on that shot. So now we get 15 points from completing this wave, which we can then spend on explosive barrels, repairs, mines, that sort of thing. So if I press repair, one thing that it doesn't explain, which I did end up wasting the points last time, is you have to click repair and then click on the gun you want to repair for it to work. Otherwise it doesn't update it. If I go explosive barrels, we then have 3 areas of beach we can choose from. You can see the little Germans running around down the bottom there in the trenches. I'm going to go with the middle one. Right, then we hit next wave. There's also airdrops which come in, which if you shoot them, although I don't see where that one landed, it does give you little bonuses as well, although it's not always clear what those bonuses are. So, we're on the second wave. Quite a few boats coming in. I do like the atmosphere of this. I think it's quite well done and the graphics are quite nice, especially with the performance as well. I'm getting about 80 frames per second, which is quite a lot for a game this nice graphically. Just mowing those guys down. There is an overheat on these MG08s, whereas some of the other guns have to be reloaded instead. It does show at the top left how many targets we need to kill to complete the wave. I will say one thing that I think would be an improvement is if it outlined what units are coming in, because you do get tanks and jeeps on the later waves, but it still only lists how many people to kill. Right, so we've now got 15 points. I think I will save these and try and unlock a weapon at the end of the next wave. Right, we're on wave 3 now. From my playtime, I did test out a bunch of the different features, including the artillery barrage, which is the 0 key thing you can see at the top left there. One thing I do hope they add is potentially some more support variety. I'd like to see maybe the option to have some Germans counter-attack, because you don't really get to see a lot of the Germans that are in the trenches and the bunkers. Hit that explosive barrel, there we go. That went quite nicely. You can see the gunshots from the other Germans in the trenches shooting down at the attackers as well. Which is quite nice. I like that it's not just you alone defending. Although I do kind of wish the other guns that you own that you aren't using, so the other MG08 for example, I wish that would be manned by an AI whilst we're not using it. There's a supply, well, like I said. I think that's like an explosive bullets upgrade, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, obviously, it clearly is, because it blew that guy apart, which was very grim. Right, now we can unlock a new gun. I am thinking the MG42. We'll repair the others with the leftover amount. Right, so let's see where this MG42 is. This is in one of the bunkers up here. Got quite a high vantage point from this one. Got a few boats coming in and we got to kill 20 guys. On some of the later waves you do also get planes flying over with paratroopers, which is quite cool. Not a huge fan of this angle though, I mean, didn't even realise I could go that high. Quite scary. I'm thinking if we do a few waves, there's a jeep. Some of the vehicles seem quite fragile, especially to the MG42, you can just rip them apart. We are just mowing them down with the MG42. I think this is one of my favourite guns that the Germans had at their disposal, but nothing beats the M1 Garand, just for iconicness. I think one of our Germans took a shot, yeah, he's down. Right, so where are the enemies? There's one. I do like that they take cover as well, it's quite, their AI is quite smart for the most part. Still a guy alive down there. Oh, now we're on to a very foggy wave. I did wonder whether this was like dynamic, that it randomized the weather, but I think it is just set that specific waves have different times of day and weather effects. Which still is a nice touch that they didn't necessarily have to put in. Definitely changes up the atmosphere a bit when you can't even see the boats in the distance. Try and those guys. I would hate to be one of the people on the boats. It was a very brutal invasion. Oh, they got a half track coming out now. Made short work of that. Oh, we're out of ammo, let's swap to the MG08. Try and chew up some of these attackers. There's a flamethrower there. Don't want to let him get too close. Look, the MG42's taken fire. Overall, it's quite a good game for killing time. I think as it's more just trying to get as far as you can, I think it would get quite repetitive at a certain point. Let's get ourselves a Panzerturm, because I've not tried those yet. And we should be able to last to the next wave without repairing. What is a Panzerturm? It's one of those big, like, bunkers with a tank turret on top, isn't it? I wonder if we can hit the boats with this. Oh, it's even got a scope when you zoom in, that's quite nice. Got quite a harsh bullet drop on it, but that's probably to be expected, isn't it? Let's see whether we can take out the guys in the boats before they land. So the boats seem to be like invincible. I don't know about the troops inside though. Don't know whether we can... Oh, that was a terrible hit. Completely ruined that guy, didn't we? Oh, that is a horrible view when it hasn't... when you're scoped in and it hasn't turned yet. Get the MG42 lighting up some of these jeeps. Some of the soldiers as well. There are bazookas starting to show up in their ranks by the looks of it. There we go. Just as I said it, he appeared. I'm curious. I've not got far enough to see what the actual fail state of this is. Whether it's just you run out of guns or whether it's the enemies get to a certain point on the beach that you can't shoot them anymore. I do wonder. We've got 3 left to kill and I don't see them for the life of me. There's a supply crate out there. Dropped off an artillery strike. We'll see what that does in... Oh, Jesus, that jeep just went for a bit of a jump, didn't it? And there we go, that's the wave done. We can unlock another weapon. We shall go with the Flak 88. We're on a night mission now. And there's a plane coming in up there, so let's get our Flak 88 targeted on it. Yeah, I really do not like the darkness you can see when it's scoped in. And there we go, we took the plane out. Get to watch it crash to the ground. Quite nice detail, getting to actually see the plane crash. Another jeep on the beach. I think with these night missions it would be especially important to be able to see where the enemies are shooting you from, because sometimes it's quite hard to tell. I like the searchlights though, to make it look quite interesting. See, I can't for the life of me... There's one over there somewhere, there's a jeep. And for the sake of decimating whoever's left, maybe we should call in an artillery strike. Although I cannot see anyone on the beach. Oh, that's why, they're paratroopers. Why didn't I think of that? Got paratroopers dropping in. Just doing some casual war crimes, killing the people that are still parachuting down to the ground. Don't need to worry about the Geneva Conventions, do we? I think there's quite a nice bit of variety in this. I didn't expect there to be paratroopers dropping onto the beaches. Alright, calm down, mate. Let's kill them. God, he seems to take a good few bullets, doesn't he? Another jeep hitting the beach. Nice little explosion effect. And there we go, that is wave 7 completed, and we have enough to unlock another gun. I'm thinking we go with one of the other Flak 88s. And then, let's put in some anti-personnel mines, and then repair some of our weapons that are a bit damaged. Right. We'll do one more wave. We've seen what all the different guns are like. See if we can snipe these planes out of the sky. There we go, that's one down. It does get quite a bit micromanagey in the sense of having to like change to the flags for the planes, change to the MG42s, then swap to the Panzer terms. I assume we'll need those more when the boats start bringing in tanks. Trying to hit the guys before they land on the beach. Didn't do much good, did it? Oh, there's a jeep heading out onto the beach. Or not, as the case may be, just flipping about in the boat, as you do. Have we got any more planes coming in? We have. Let's try and take that one out. Can't even aim up into the sky with that one. Well, there we go, wave completed. I did not expect that to be over so quickly. Let's go one more wave. Unlock the other MG42, and then we'll wait until the people are on the beach and call in an artillery strike just to show off what that's like. Oh, we've got an air raid siren going off. We've got bombers coming in. Get on the other Flak 88. Try and shoot this bomber down before it gets close. Missed that one. Come on. There we go. I'm not dropping any more paratroopers. So they're about to hit the beach. These guys, I think, are going to land in the water. And there's one that doesn't even have a person on it. It's a ghost. You going to land on the beach? He did pretty well getting all the way to the beach, bless him. Right, let's call in the artillery strike. Try and hold these guys off while we wait. Oh, they're deploying troops. That's neat. Didn't do them much good though. As you can see, the artillery strike absolutely decimates the people on the beach. And there we go. Wave completed. I think we'll leave it there for the time being. Overall, I think it's quite a good game. I'm hoping they expand on it a bit more, maybe add some different maps to choose from. But yeah, it's quite a good time killer. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.